Welcome to Rewatch and Rank. On this channel, we rewatch older TV shows, provide a summary and opinion on the episode before ranking each episode against each other. Today's episode is Gekkan Shoujo Nozaki-Kun E17, Which Shines Brighter, Me or the Sun, which is our fifth special episode. The episode in a nutshell, just a brief summary of what happened in this episode. So we start with a couple of girls coming up to Mikashiba on the beach, and one asks him to go play beach volleyball while the other one asks him to go swimming. And while he's trying to decide between route A and route B, another guy comes over and basically says, "You know what? I'd rather have yakisoba." And the two girls agree, and Mikashiba is shocked because he's now been forced down route C. While they're waiting for their meal, he and the girls basically are discussing how when they go to the beach, it's great to split a watermelon and you've got to do this, that, and the other thing. And then they ask him what he likes to do at the beach, and he talks about getting trapped in a cave or maybe spending a couple days on a deserted island. Happens all the time in his games, not in reality. And they kind of think he's weird, but they move on and they talk about how um oh, what is it? What did they talk about? Well, basically, they come up with another fun thing to do at the beach, and Mikashiba once again answers based on his games, and they basically decide that his summers are a little bit off. Before we switch gears and we finally catch up with Wakamatsu again, who is very athletic due to being on the basketball team, and he's got some abs, he's got some toned arms, and he's got a couple of girls who are very much being all touchy about how amazing his body is because he's an athlete, and he's kind of panicking, not knowing what to do when he spots Sayo walking by, so he immediately runs over and grabs her to use as a shield against these other girls. And one of the girls comments on how he must like them big, and then he's like, completely dead face serious. What are you talking about? They're just lumps of fat. Completely ignoring that. Then we move on to Mikashiba, Sakura, and sorry, this part's really funny. Um, Nozaki, Mikashiba, and Sakura on the beach, and they're talking about how, well, Nozaki's upset that no one's getting hit on, but then they point out that even if someone was being hit on, they wouldn't be able to hear them anyways. So Sakura, I think it's Sakura and Mikashiba suggests that maybe they make up the words for people on the beach, and then we see Seo and Wakamatsu, and then they get approached by a girl, and they make up this beautiful story about about what's happening, making Seo like the hero character, which makes sense since she's Oze in the manga. And then Wakamatsu looks over at them and he's like, they were just asking where the nearest store was. Like, totally not a funny scenario, but it was really well done. Recommend watching it. It only takes like 3 minutes. So that brings us now to our rankings, and of course, reminder, we're not ranking on the objective list, only the personal list for these specials. And well, you might have noticed when I was giving this summary, I was laughing a bit more than I usually do, and that is because it was very funny. It was very, very funny. It was definitely hitting my sense of humor more so than the other episodes have, both the first part with Mikashiba and the seeing the summer through video games, and then the little scenario with Seo at the end where they're giving like a voice to her about her basically defending Wakamatsu from this girl and being the hero when in reality it was just that the girl came over to ask where the nearest store was. But it was very, very funny. And as this is a comedy series and as these specials are so short, comedy really is the biggest factor when scoring, which is why this one gets the highest score yet at a 9 out of 10 and is in first place on our specials ranking so far, which is Which Shines Brighter, Me or the Sun, Summertime, Beach Time, Trip Time, Is That Handsome Guy a Friend or a Boyfriend Continued, Is That Handsome Guy a Friend or a Boyfriend, and then a comprehensive relationship chart is currently in last. Which brings us now to the series ranking so far, and of course, mostly objective ended at 69.17%, Personal ended at 70% on season 1, and our specials so far have a score of 37 out of 60. With that, we've now rewatched and ranked Gekkan Shoujo Nozaki-Kun episode 17, Which Shines Brighter, Me or the Sun. Like and subscribe if you'd like to, and I'll see you in the next episode.